wonderkids, how you guys doing? Hell yeah. All right. All right. All right. All right. All right. All righty. The Jahangiri Hate Club is already here. Oh, I knew you were already here. You're always already here, man. Happy Friday, everybody! Who watched Conference League and Europa League? Because the Europa League in particular looks like it's actually going to be fantastic. The Pinners just bought 40% of the Rockies. The Rockies have that Walmart money now. Doesn't matter. They still have a ballpark that might as well be on the moon. All right? That ball flies there. You want to try and play defense against the big bombing clubs in Colorado? It's not going to make any... It ain't going to work. The greatest own goal of all time. It might be. It might be the great... Did you... Raise your hand if you saw the own goal. Yeah, the Conference League was boring and one-sided, but, you know, sometimes that happens. The Conference League is usually so fun most of the time. Who has not seen the own goal? All right, I'm going to show you guys. I already pulled it up. I'm going to show you. Don't worry. This is the own goal. So Nottingham Forest finished 1-1 with Porto in the Europa League because of this. I promise you, you're not ready for this. I promise you, you're not ready for this. Let me mute this. This was the thing that happened yesterday. Here you go. It's so bad. It's one of the worst own goals. Dude, in a huge match, too. It's one of the worst own goals I've seen in a really long time. I mean, he just leathers this. Like, dude, what is he doing? I mean, my God, the only time you create a problem passing it back from this distance is if you hit it too hard. Dude, like, it's just the worst own goal. I don't know. I feel like I haven't seen an own goal that bad in a really long time. Who's the defender anyways? God, what was his name? Martim, I think. Martim Fernandez. I think he's 20 years old. He then got subbed out due to an injury 6 minutes later. How do you react in that situation? Dude, you don't. I'm not going to lie. You score that own goal, what do you do is a totally fair question. What do you do if you've just scored that own goal? The injury was his soul. Yeah, but the last time I thought the injury was actually the person's soul, the dude ended up with a broken kneecap. You guys remember that? It was the guy that tried the Panenka, and it was like the worst Panenka ever. It was in some South American shootout. And then he like limped away, and I was making fun of him, like, oh, he injured his ego, and then he actually, it turns out, on the Panenka had shattered, like broke his kneecap. I don't even know how that's possible. But yeah, Martim Fernandez was subbed out 6 minutes after that own goal with an injury, is the official reason. Did you see he stood on the touchline injured watching the goal on a phone? It was the CONCACAF final. Okay. Andreas, I didn't remember where it was from at all. I just remember being scarred emotionally by making fun of this guy. And then it was like, oh yeah, by the way, he has a broken kneecap. Will Zealandism find a way to talk about it for 8 minutes? No, probably not. Also, Zealandism makes videos as long as they need to be made. Zealandism's shortest video is something like 5 or 6 minutes. Click record, talk until you're done talking, end record. Subbed off with shattered confidence. Yeah, dude, there was robbery. There was robbery happening in the Europa League, by the way. Aston Villa beating Bologna 3-1 was robbery. Robbery! Ridiculous. It was ridiculous. I felt so bad for the bologna sandwiches. If you get, like, Aston Villa got destroyed in that game and somehow won 3-1. Don't cup your hands around the mic. You like this? I can see the audio peaking. I can see the audio peaking over there. I can see it. I need to add a bigger compressor on the mic. That's my high pass filter. Where's the compressor? Equalizer, exiter, panning, compressor. All right. I'm changing the compressor a little bit. I'm changing the compressor. Like that. Oh, that's interesting. Just testing something. Thank you. Thank you. All right, that compressor is actually doing really well. We'll leave it there. Yeah, there you go. I'm just testing, I'm testing like so I basically turned the compressor up. So basically what's happening is this speech, like where I'm just sitting here talking, should be almost the same audio level as, it's like almost the same audio level. Science, man! Freaking science! I said almost the same level. It's not ever going to be exactly the same level. You don't want like a compressor that's just... Do the neighbors call often? So I actually have certain requirements on places that I live. One of them is I live in an old building, and so the walls are like cement and stone. And so no, I've actually never gotten a noise complaint. I have a neighbor, and I talked to them, and I asked them and was like, hey, do you ever hear anything? I'm like, no. Like, okay. I am going to New York City tomorrow. Any wrecks? Watch out for the mole people. Everybody that lives here just doesn't tell all the people that are visiting, but watch out for the mole people, okay? You'll know them when you see them. Just watch out for the mole people. Watch out for the mole people. And go to Chinatown. There's a really good dim sum place in Chinatown called Nam Wah. Go there. It's worth the wait. Adler doesn't leave you passive-aggressive notes? No. Although, Adler still does have to listen to me yelling a lot of the day, which is annoying. I'm sure. Saturday don't come soon. I'm gonna lose. All right. Yeah, the mole people. What else about New York? Go to Central Park, especially if you've never been to New York. You don't realize how big Central Park is. It's absolutely massive. I would go to the Met, you know, where they do the gala every year. It's a really sick museum. I am a member of the Met. It's $100 a year before anybody gets too carried away about how bougie I am. It's $100 a year, and you get to go to the Met as many times as you want and bring like 3 friends. It's an incredible deal. But the Met is, I love museums. The Met is an awesome museum. There's an entire medieval armor section. I could probably never leave there. Yeah, the Met is attached to the Central Park, if you're wondering why I put those two things together. Also, go to a different borough. Leave Manhattan once. It's really easy. You just get on the train. It's baseball season. Try and catch a game, dude. But the Mets or the Yankees are probably in town. Just go to a ball game. You don't need to know anything about the sport. Just go. Get a hot dog. Get a beer. just go. Because that'll get you into a different borough. The Yanks are in the Bronx. The Mets are in Queens. You know? You get you out of Manhattan. Yeah, walk the Brooklyn Bridge is definitely a good one. Yeah, walking over the Brooklyn Bridge is nice. You get a little view of the Statue of Liberty and everything. You can do that, like go to Chinatown for lunch and then walk the Brooklyn Bridge right after. It's pretty solid. Pretty good way to live life. What made you decide to switch apartments in New York? My landlord, and the thinness of the walls in the last place that I lived was terrible. I love where I'm at now. But yeah. Not a good situation at the last apartment. Was not good. This one, great. Love it. Couldn't be happier. I live in Norway, but I'll try. Nice. How big is your place right now? So you know that like townhouse that Taylor Swift has? Right? Where she lives in Greenwich Village, where it's a townhouse connected to another townhouse, and then there's a garage in the basement so she can leave without the paparazzi finding her. So I actually bought one bigger than that. It's like 3 townhouses all connected by gold-plated tubes that I sit in a chair like an Acorn stair lift and then travel between the townhouses at like 2 miles an hour just for luxury. And then they serve me drinks. I have butlers that are in the golden tubes that serve me drinks while I'm Acorn stair lifting to my next townhouse. So, yeah, slightly tacky. Yeah. So I got annoyed that Taylor had a better place than I did, and so I really wanted to show her up, man. It's nice to see that the fame hasn't changed you. Exactly. I'm just... It's hard to stay grounded, you know, with all the caviar for lunch and everything, but I just really feel like I'm still in touch with the people. Do you follow the guys who are trying food from every country in New York? Yeah, my brother sent that to me a couple weeks ago. That's a really awesome idea. Yeah. Now, where do I live in New York? My address is... Nice. Oh, you almost got me. You almost got me, man. I was close. Oh, dang, man. Yeah. Oh. What's my bagel order? I go with a bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup, but I also put avocado on it. I got a little bit of that freaking vegan, like, everybody live free and love free vibe with my avocado on there. So I don't go, like, straight Long Island order. I get, you know, bacon, egg, and cheese, salt, pepper, ketchup, avocado. Got to take the I get the salmon cream cheese every once in a while, man. I get the salmon cream cheese every once in a while, but I don't want to turn, you know, I'm not trying to get mercury poisoning here. Look, the pizza, I don't think New York has the best pizza. I'm a southern boy. I love the southern foods. The one food in New York that is like the truth. Bagels. Everybody that's like, "Oh, you haven't lived in, you know, oh, the bagels in New York." Oh, it's true. The bagels in New York are actually unbelievable. I don't like they put hard drugs in them is the only explanation. They're unreal. Like the way they cook them is completely different. The water has the right minerals. I don't know what it is. Like, nah, bro. Best pizza, Chicago. And I've been to Italy. My favorite type of pizza, I think it's dealer's choice, is Chicago. Give me a dish so deep I can't even find the bottom, man. I like a pie, you know? But I think like pizza, you got the New York is that thin, greasy slice. You know, Detroit's giving you like a giant rectangle. I want a Chicago deep dish. That's the one that I want. I like all pizza though. I'm not an anti-pizza guy. I'm a big fan. Might have to unsub after the pizza take. I'm just saying. I think a pizza is a matter of opinion. I love a deep dish. I do. But the one food in New York that is actually the truth, that is not overhyped at all, that really is that much better than literally anywhere else you're ever going to find it, is bagels. Bagels in New York are actually unbelievable. You can walk into any shop. How good's a bodega chopped cheese? It's pretty good. It does the job. I love bodegas though. If you don't know what a bodega is, you got to go to a proper New York bodega. It's the greatest invention. It's like I don't even really know how to explain it. You know those dudes in England that they go around with the carts and they give you like French fries with the sauce on it? Like expand that concept into an entire store, add 400 more foods. That's what a bodega is. And it also will sell you deodorant. Like what's the phrase they use? Like the kebab shops. Expand the kebab shop into a full restaurant. All right. Expand the kebab shop into a full restaurant at a grocery store. That's a bodega. I love bodegas. I do a lot of shopping at bodegas. Oh, we have Boss Man in America. Oh my goodness, we have Boss Man in America. Yes. I take everybody that visits New York to a bodega. Weird good food, general store plus cat. Yes, that's basically what a bodega is. It's great. Have you run into Schlatt? No. The only creator people that I know in New York are Beeford. Beeford Lancer, the FIFA YouTuber, is a good personal friend. Excellent dude. I know Macwell. He is also a good personal friend. Good dude. He visited me in New York and then decided to move here. It's really it. Carl doesn't live in New York. When Carl visits New York, we hang out. He's a great guy. Nick RTFM. We talked about hanging out at some point. I think he's a cool dude, but I also feel like we kind of just missed our moment. I don't know. I don't know where he lives either. Not to like dox him or anything. I genuinely don't. I don't know like where he's at in the city. I think I don't know. Nick RTFM's a great dude. I got no issues with him. We just never have ended up hanging out. No, you know, there are a couple of creators who live in New York that I'm like, that dude's sick. I would love to hang out with that guy. One is Machino Dorito, who's if you don't know his name, you definitely recognize him because he's one of those like, TikTok, Instagram comedians that just does funny skits. He's like the really red-haired guy with the mullet. You know? Kind of got like a Galifianakis build with a mullet. Like a flaming red-haired mullet. Hilarious dude. I know he's in New York because he makes videos about like New York stuff. And then there's a dude who popped up on my feed like a month and a half ago. The nose ball guy. Hilarious. RTFM. Oh, dude, he's in bad health right now? Oh, I didn't know that. I hope he's okay. No, I sending all of the best to Nick RTFM. Or is he just like finally getting allergic to EAFC? Because that happens. That could be happening. That could be what it is. That could be what it is. Yeah. That might be it. Bring him a bodega care package. I know Alfie Potts. I've never met him, actually, but we've had like exchanges in messaging. We're cordial. I would say we're acquaintances. Seems like a good dude. Oh, I know the guys at Tifo Football, obviously. I do some VO stuff for them sometimes. But like JJ and Joe Devine and stuff. Yeah. All this streamer talk makes you wonder about what? Macwell actually posted about empanadas in New York yesterday, so I have to stop by now. I can't. I had a childhood friend who was Puerto Rican, and her mom would make empanadas. I can never eat another empanada because they're just not as good as those. So every time I go back to Tampa, I'm like, please. Do you have any more empanadas? Pete, thank you for the 33 months. Hell yeah, brother. Hell yeah. Thank you for supporting the stream with the tier 2. Chico, thank you for the 7 months, my dude. Julka, thank you for the year on the Prime. Blazer, thank you for the 8 months on the Prime. Aries, thank you for the 27 months. I'm so sad I have to close my crematorium. Just doesn't earn enough. B+, B+, B+. Nick's live right now. Oh, I mean, look, somebody said that Nick was like in poor health. I hope he's good. I hope he's okay. Here comes the sun. Thank you for the 2 months, man. Thank you for making me laugh and getting inspired to do Football Manager. Here's a joke. Why do I have a ruler under my pillow? To find out how long I slept for. That's so bad. C+. C+. Daver, thank you for the 6 months. Goosey, thank you for the 39 months. What's the big secret to forehead maxing? Helium? I actually sleep upside down so that my forehead... gravity does most of the work. Larvine, thank you for the Prime. Appreciate you spending $5 to Jeff Bezos money. And Nick Abbas, thank you so much for the Prime as well. Thank you for supporting the stream. Pretty sure he had Lyme disease and he's recovering. Oh, that sucks. That really, really sucks. I knew somebody growing up with that. That's not fun. Yeah. Sending all the love to Nick RTFM. Because it is something that you can like get under control if you're able to find the right everything. So I hope he's able to, get in stride with that. Yeah, that's just straight up not a good time, man. That's just not a good time. I'm hungry for pizza now. Yeah, that would be awesome. Stay away from ticks. I mean, it's kind of hard. The whole point of ticks is kind of hard to avoid them, but Try signing higher rep players. I mean, maybe. Maybe we try to sign some higher reputation players. Maybe we can figure that out. Yeah. New York doesn't really have... New York has a very vibrant creator scene, but not a big, like... I don't know. I also just kind of keep to myself. There's a ton of, like, huge footballing events in New York, and I don't really go or get invited to them. I'm just in my own little world, man. How many rats do you run into in an everyday in New York? Not a lot. I think you usually see them on the subway. And they're not like running around at your feet. They're like on the subway tracks. What spec is your PC? Yeah, it's thing's a jet engine, dude. It's a jet engine. What was the last time you were on the subway? 2 days ago? I mean, you live in New York, like New York, New York. You take the subway all the time. I say I usually take the subway like every 1.5 days. Anybody telling you the subway is like horrifying and nobody ever goes on it has never been to New York. Best subway memory? Yeah, the subway's fine. You have to like be on the really wrong part of town and the really wrong subway to be really in trouble. Favorite subway memory? I was going to a holiday party, like a Christmas party, with a friend, and we had little airplane bottles of liquor as like a shot on the subway on the way to the party. And so he gets it out and he's like, all right, let's take the shot now. We're like 2 stops away or whatever. So, we got the 2 little airplane bottles out and cheers and went like, cheers, took the shot. And then I just felt a hand on my shoulder. It come up from behind me. I feel a hand on my shoulder. And they're just like, sir, could you please step off the subway car? And I'm like, I have seen people doing beer bongs on the subway. I have seen people drinking bottles of vodka on the subway. Brown paper bags, beer cans, White Claws. Everybody's drinking on the subway. I take 1 shot of an airplane bottle and I get a $50 ticket for drinking in public. How the hell? Whatever. Not that I'm mad that my tax dollars are being applied to giving me a ticket and nobody else on the subway. It was winter. We stood there and just took a shot of an airplane bottle on the subway after a little happy holidays cheers. And I got pulled off the train for 45 minutes. Wrote me a ticket, $50, drinking in public. Don't want to do the time, do the crime. Yeah. They set up a sting at a subway station, dude. They would literally, you would stop at the station and they would get on and just pull off. There were people just lined up on each wall for drinking in public. It was like 9 p.m. the weekend before Christmas. I was like, okay, man. Spray, thank you so much for the prime, my dude. Enjoy the bacon, enjoy the emotes. Ross, thank you for the 6 months. Congrats on your silver bacon. You're getting hungry. Let's talk about Subway. Fair enough. Brutal Koala, thank you for the 3 months. What happened if someone slaps you in high frequency? It hurts. B-. Jimmy, thank you so much for the prime. Enjoy your lack of ads, courtesy of $5 of Jeff Bezos. Alrighty, lads. It's time to get into the business today. And we've got a lot of serious business going on. We've got Ruben Gerardo, who we're trying to sign for a big $13 million transfer. A lot of value in Ruben Gerardo. Great size, great mentality, great feel for the game. Very technical. Right? He's big. He's dangerous. The problem is he's got a very high opinion of himself. And so we're paying him a lot of money as well. Sales that are set up. We have a transfer for Talalawa, Jacob Malik, Sergi Mayans, and Ebenezer Atkinson Miro to Lecce for $4 million. So, am I considering a 2-striker setup this season? I'm always considering everything. But no, we've offered out Majid Hashemi, and we're waiting for that to hit, man. What happened to Gerardo's mustache? I don't know. I'm pretty sure it just randomly generates faces every time you log into the game at some point. Like, I don't even understand what's going on. We do need to find a transfer of Jonas Fjartoft. Because he is going to attempt to blow up the locker room. We also, yesterday, accidentally angered 3 people by not including them in our training camp squad. So if you ever need tips about how to be a real professional football manager player, I'm so glad I could help, man. I'm so glad I could help. Let's ride. We got a friendly against Runau, a local team in Corsica, as we are playing in Corsica as part of our, preseason training camp. It's a lot of fun, though. Have we offered out VipBoy? No, we have not. There it is. There's the midget. No offers for Hashemi. God. All right, I need to find something. Hold on. We're going to give into the dark side today, chat. We're going to give into the dark side today. All right. We are giving into the dark side today. We are going to give into the dark side. We need to be the Grim Reaper here, chat. We need to be the Grim Reaper. We need to force certain people to leave that might otherwise not want to leave. Ooh, we've gotten some offers. Ooh, we've gotten some offers! La Bamba! Shili Shing. We do not believe there is a lot of future money in Shili Shing. We'll keep that there, though. We'll see. Can we get 10? This is dangerous. Oh my goodness, they raised the percent profit from next sale. Oh my goodness. They gave us a buyback price and after league appearances. 50? No, I don't want to play that game. Give me 8 and 40%. You can get rid of this. No, I want 8 million. I want 8. I want 8, dog. I want 8. Give me installments. Give me installments. You can pay it out. Just give me the extra mil right there. Give me the extra mil right there. You can get rid of that. Good. 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 Let's go, baby. Oh my God. You know how much we bought this guy for? You know how much we bought him for last year? We bought him for $300,000. Loaned him to Portugal for 1 year, and now we're selling him for over $7 million. This is what I can bring you. This is what I can bring you if you trust me. Delicious, thank you for the 14 months. I appreciate it. My dude. The greed they warn you about? No, come on, man. I nailed that negotiation. I figured out that they were willing to negotiate. What's this called? Ooh. I love that value. 2.2 million after 10 international appearances, 20 league appearances for Shabab Al Ali. Who's their goalkeeper right now? Oh, well, this dude's he's never going to play. Vanya Milinkovic-Savic is just better than him. So no, I don't want to do that. Can you also bring me a tutorial about how to ruin my locker room with the central filter? Look, man. Okay. All right, man. Are you done? Okay. Are you done? Seriously. Dada, thank you for the 29 months. I appreciate you. Really? No, we're not throwing... Look, we're going to sell Colin Amani because we have Ruben Sosa, Chad. Okay? Because we have Ruben Sosa is why we're going to sell him. Okay. In the meantime, let's figure out what kind of deal we can get here. I don't really care about percent profit of next sale or buyback. We can remove both of those. After league appearances, no. Installments. Well, I'm just going to go for like a straight value transfer, 16 million. You know, it's hard to be great all the time. It is a burden, really. It's a burden. It is a burden on me and you. Yeah, Sosa's only non-EU until January, so we just have to ride that out until January, and then he'll be like the guy. Especially, I mean, Colin Amani, he hasn't shown a ton of development since we started playing him. I mean, he's played well. He's been our starting goalkeeper for 2 years after we bought him for $500,000 from Rivers United in Nigeria. I've got the eye for talent, you know? I got the eye for talent. And they're willing to give me a $16 million check for one of Nigeria's 3 national team keepers. I think he's Nigeria's number 2 right now. We'll take that. Ty never play Noonan. So who's this? Coventry? That's championship, right? Yeah. No, 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 no. Okay, Ty Noonan is going to be taken off the loan list. So we're going to explore no status. We're going to explore intermediary offers. No. We're going to explore agent offers. Nobody's willing to make an offer just yet. Okay. We're going to offer him out. We're going to offer out Ty Noonan and see if we can find a deal for him because there's a ton of money, obviously, in Ty Noonan. Ton of money. A ton of money. B1 registering Jahangiri. We have not made that call yet. Okay, they want Pong Feng. This is Guingam. Oh, second league. Okay, I think with where the contract is at for Pong Feng, we did spend 2.6 million to get Pong Feng in. We loaned him out to Cordoba. There's no chance of him ever being an EU player, which makes these Chinese guys hard to work with. I am going to offer him out. We're just going to explore what teams would maybe be interested in Pong Feng. Offers coming in for two guys we don't care about. This is what scares me. Okay, remember, we have to use the dark side of the Force here, chat. We have to use the dark side of the Force. We have to use the dark side of the Force. We have to use the dark side of the Force. This guy really, really, really struggles with injuries. He has a recurring calf injury, which is causing some problems. He's always going to be a foreign player, and we have access to some really good strikers that we think can come in and make a huge difference for us this year. There's a ton of value in Majid Hashimi. There's got to be something out there for us, right? There's got to be something. Darth Zealand is going to find it. All right, he's indignant. Normally not great. I think a permanent move somewhere else might be best for your development. There's a great atmosphere. Too many options at your position. Unfortunately, you haven't progressed much. Not part of the plans. Can't find a place in the squad. The club needs to cash in on your value while we can. What type of person is Majid? He's fairly professional. He's reserved. I mean, he's got great professionalism and ability to develop, which is why he's such a good player right now. I think he would understand that. The club needs to cash in on your value while we can. I mean, that's really the reason. That's really the reason. Do we think telling the truth will work here is the question. Do we think telling the truth will work here? Has the truth ever worked? Yes. No, we're not testing the waters. I think we really want to actually try to move him. Do the Sith deal in truths? That's very true. What's the best option then? Salary too high, too many options, struggling to find a place for you in my team. I really think it's the best course of action at this time for your career. Unfortunately, you're not part of my plans. So too many options, great atmosphere, testing the waters. Well, I'm not going to back down. We are going to attempt to move him. It's just very difficult to do that in this situation. I really think this is the best course of action for you at this time in your career. Does that play to his vanity? I don't know. This guy's pretty professional, Chad. He's pretty professional. I feel like we might be able to yeah. We could force choke him, true, but I don't want to put all my cards on the table already. Threaten him? I don't really have that option. I don't really yet. I don't have that option yet. We will have that option eventually. Yeah, he's a highly influential player. I mean, he's our star striker. Supposed to be like the guy the entire year last year, and it just wasn't there for him. We just need to open up these non-EU spots, dude. I need to improve the club's financial position. Your salary demands are far too high. The club needs to... I'm going to try this. He's very professional. We need to cash in on his value. You would expect this issue to escalate quickly. Well... Sometimes hard decisions must be made, chat. Sometimes hard decisions must be made. There is money in Majida Shimi, and I will find it. I will find that money somewhere, chat. I will find it. Hey, we sold Talalawa for $230,000. Guy we signed for free from the U.S. lower leagues, didn't develop for 2 years, and we get a little money for him. I mean, it's obviously not great, but at least we got some money for a guy we signed for free. I can work with that. Ebenezer Atkinson Miro, chat. Ebenezer, you know, he's been a part of all 3 of our La Liga seasons since we signed him for free from Inter when he just couldn't quite break into the first team there, and he showed such great qualities, chat. Such great qualities. But it's just time. He was struggling to get a lot of starts in that midfield. I just felt like he was going to struggle to help take us to the next level, but he's going to play in Serie A again, where he's hopefully going to have a nice, long, successful career. Incredibly clutch player. Definitely an incredibly clutch player. He would come in, he would find his goals. You know, he got to play in the Champions League. I think he got to go beyond his wildest dreams from when he signed that contract with us to join in January of our first year in La Liga. Big time clutch player, big time difference maker. The streets remember that Ebenezer Atkinson Miro was the truth. Thank you, man. Thank you for all the good memories, Ebenezer. This is a very amicable departure. A very amicable departure. And we end up cashing $4 million. You know, we just didn't feel like we were in a position to offer him a new contract, so it's time for us to go ahead and accept this transfer. You've been an absolutely amazing servant of the club. We would love to have you come back. We just didn't feel like we were in a good spot to offer him a new contract with the midfielders we had coming through, Ebenezer Atkinson Miro. I hope he has a great career. He should play in Serie A for the next 5 years at least. Jeff, thank you for the 62 months, dude. Appreciate you supporting the stream for a hell of a long time. And Militant Wolf, thank you for the 3 months as well. Do we have any offer outs except for Gerardo? No. But we did sign the Czech striker last time. Ebenezer, Atkinson, Miro, set to be a regular starter, making great money on Lecce in Italy. Very happy with that transfer. Very happy with that transfer. If Yanyu Samuel signs his new deal, Revert signs his new deal, Azir Silva signs his new deal. Going to be either a B-team star or he's going to keep growing. We will see. The more we sell, the more I want our team gone. I want them all gone. You're letting the dark side flow through you. I like it. I like it! You're letting the dark side flow through. Let it flow. Let it flow. Let it flow through you. Meredith made an offer for Mark Pedrosa. No, absolutely not. Loan offers for Majid Hashemi. No, I don't want to do a loan offer. I'll tell you what, though. I do want to do a... come here. This is a release clause. It's definitely high. We knew he was a baller coming in. 92 million, yeah. I already know that you aren't, I already know that you don't have the juice for this. No, we're not doing loans, no. We're not doing loans. Please and thank you. We're doing transfers, man! Majid Hashemi transfer. All right, Daniel signs his new deal. Ian Barca signs his new deal. Mark Pedrosa's got a loan out to the 3rd division. Enjoy, Mark. Hey, it's miles away. Yeah, we just upped his release clause to 90 million. Good work, boys! PSV ain't doing that. Yeah, well, look, we're just beginning the process of trying to move him. We're going to make sure it is clear that he is not available for loan either. At this point, we are only considering transfers of Majid Hashemi. Colin Amani, obviously, has got his $16 million offer, so we'll have Ruben Sosa starting as the goalkeeper. We can always go into the free agency and sign Diogo Souza as the backup. And then just keep Alvaro around as our 3rd string. And then we got Sergi Mayans that we're working on. Yeah, those offers are no. That is way, way, way low for Jonas. Shabab Al-Ali is interested. Working on other targets for the position. Oh, yeah, okay. We haven't agreed a deal for Adid Young Ekpo. Aguirre is sticking around. Francesco Sessa, Barca, Azu Silva. Nobody wants these guys, man. Ooh, people are interested in Brendan Abbott. Do we have... None of the clubs are willing to make an offer for him right now. What do the intermediaries think? Nothing? Really? There's a lot of smoke around Brendan Abbott, but there's no fire. I can't believe we got such a good offer for Shi Lixing. That's just like a slam dunk. Or is all of the interest loan? I think I looked at this already, yeah. Nobody is considering a transfer for Ty Never Play Noonan yet. All right, Azir Silva is going to be a B-team player until further notice. He is not going to hang out here. Ian Barca. Oh, tell me sweet little lies. Where's he been playing? We loaned him to the 3rd division the last 2 years, and we've just seen very little development in his game. See if we can get a loan deal for Ian Barca. We will, I'm sure. Man, Jovica Illich has just given us absolutely nothing. I'm going to try and get this loan sorted out for him pretty early. We'll try and get somebody that pays his whole wage first. That'd be nice, because it's not a small wage. He's got multiple years left in his contract, so we can be patient with Jovica Illich, because I feel like we would not get anywhere near that value trying to sell him right now. There's no way. Poor Noonan, he can definitely... Oh, yeah, dude, if Noonan's non-EU. If Noonan was classified as EU for us, he would absolutely be around the team. He's just non-EU. With no... Same as Majid Hashemi, he has no fast track to being EU. None. Zero. All right, we are going to offer out Pong Feng. I already did that, right? I think Francesco Sessa is going to stick around. We'll move Illich. We'll keep Mazibuko. We have Duran and Surai. Then Mazibuko and Sessa would be our other two midfielders up right now. Bongani Van Rooyen. What about Jahangiri? Where the hell is... Oh, yeah, wait. Sorry. I have him in there right now. So we have 5 guys. What do I want to do with Sessa? I have struggled to decide exactly what I want to do with Francesco Sessa for a while. Right now, I'm not looking to move Jahangiri. Right now, I am not looking to move Jahangiri. All right, continue! Continue forward, gentlemen! Forward! Ooh, yeah, baby. First, we got a $1.1 million sale of Sergi Mayans. This is a guy that will surprise you with how long he's been at this club, man. He has been at this club for 4 years. He was never a starter, but has always been a relied upon depth option. He honestly, the only reason we're moving him is because Jaime Gutierrez is coming up and he's going to kind of take his spot in that center back rotation. Sergi Mayans, thank you for your service to this club. Part of the team that got promoted from the second division. Been a full part of every season we've played in the top flights, had remarkable staying power in the team. He's finalized a $1.1 million move to Real Oviedo. I mean, considering how much we've risen in the time he's been at the club, he was just a good squad player that offered a lot of versatility. He could play, 3 positions in our team. That left wing back and both of the outside center backs. And so we appreciate what he did, and we appreciate that we're able to get some money for him instead of re-extending his contract. And now, the big man, Ruben Jurado, who's built his career playing in freaking Greece and now returns as a star ready to make his mark on La Liga. $13 million transfer, the second biggest in club history, and a $3.4 million per year contract to bring in a player that is going to star at right wing for us this season. Ruben Jurado, welcome to UD Melilla. Goodbye, Sergi Mayans. Hello, Ruben Jurado. Hell freaking yeah, baby. Hell yeah. Ruben Jurado. The unique athletic specimen with his agility and size and overall speed and ability to run. His off the ball and his crossing offer a really unique look at a guy who's going to be incredibly dangerous with and without the ball. I think his high technique gives you a really high technical floor for him to be able to do things. I think he's a real stud hiding over in Greece. He went over to Greece and played really well for 2 years. And I think we bring him back over. Now he's 22 years old. He's seasoned. He's played 53 top flight games. You know, he's got the experience on the field. He's not even a bad penalty taker, chat. So he's going to be the guy that takes penalties as well. So the deal goes through. We still have $23.52 million and some room in the wage budget. We're going to check our league registration to see how that lines up with our financial situation. So if Colin Imani is leaving, he's in Murcia, Otero, Rubio, Jahangiri, Malanda, Van Rooyen. Aguirre would be registered. He's going to be a Spanish citizen soon. All these guys, we unregister Fjärtoft, we register Sessa, we register Gerardo, we have Pedro, Yanez, Mbambo, Vitboy, Yuri Urbanek. All right, we're sitting at 20 of our 23 outfield players, and we are still $7 million wage budget under our wage cap. Okay. That's what I was checking. That assumes the departure of Nemani. It assumes the departure of Jonas Fjärtoft as well. Fjärtoft, which is gonna be a little tricky, but, you know, we'll figure it out. Larry, thank you so much for the prime, man. Enjoy the bacon, enjoy the emotes. Thank you for spending $5 of Jeff Bezos' money at MD Games. Thank you for the $5. What you got?
Mum said I should do lunges to stay in shape. That would be a big step forward.
Maybe. Gianluca Dernherfer, Mario Criaco, Hamza Igamane, the 29-year-old Moroccan international. Jesus Rodriguez, Yushi Atsume, sucks. Deborah is still 1 to 8 million, still a little expensive. Redabile Rapulung. I think Rapulung feels like a guy that we'll get like towards the end of this window. We have a number of South Africans. We can also work alone. Parnis wants too much playing time, so we're not looking at him right now. The more depressed he gets, the more open that door becomes. Abdulrahman Ibrahim. This guy came out of that youth academy at Werder Bremen looking like he was going to be the second coming, and he has just consistently not been that development-wise. John Rodriguez, who went to Colo Colo in Chile for some reason, which was a terrible decision. Rodrigo Lira, the 20-year-old Mexican goalkeeper. I'd love to sign and stash him, honestly. I think we might do that. We got a lot of money flowing around right now. I think we sign and stash Rodrigo Lira. Have him develop for a couple of years, get his nationality and everything. Wait, where's my boy? There he is, Davy Lianoya. My boy! Oh, I would love to pair Davy Lianoya with Urbanic and Gerardo. Oh, I would just love it. Terrible penalty taker. He fits right in. Yeah, I mean we've made some good sales. We've made some good sales. We've signed Urbanic and Hirado. We've sold Mayan, Atkinson, Miro, and Masawabi Mokete. We have to go back, I think, for the other guys. We sold Atumi for 13 million. We sold Mazi Buko for 29.5 million, and then loaned him back for free for a season, which is pretty crazy. But yeah, I mean, good sales. Good sales. And I'm just hoping we can get like a La Bamba sale. One of those sales that's like club changing. And Majida Shimi is absolutely the type of guy that could do that. Lira offer accepted. All right, don't ask for a ton of playing time. I want to start you on the B team this year. That's fine. 185, get rid of this. Yeah, I'll give you that. Wow, this guy... I'll give you 190,000 a year. If we ever need you to pop up in the first team, Rodrigo Lira, but that is a very good deal for us. Fjartoft might make me bring him back. He's now competent at right back. He is now learning how to play the position that we want him to be able to play. He's now learning. We were trying to force him out, and now he's like, well, we threatened him with immediate eviction, and he started to figure out how to do what we wanted him to do the whole time. Yeah, if we don't get any offers for him, I think we keep him. We have to offer him a new contract, though, so he'll probably be with him for like 2 more years at least at that point. But yeah, I'm not going to take anything under like 12 million for him. I think we'd need to double our money and then be like, okay, I'm not in a bad spot there. But I think we might, we might end up making up with him. We might end up making up with him. We will see. All right, let's get out of this damn training camp so that I can figure out if these guys are going to stay mad until like way after the training camp or if it's just until the end of the training camp and then they're not upset. Because I feel like players being really upset for a long time over the training camp would be incredibly annoying. It would be very, very annoying. Roughly double, Kingstopher. I wasn't being like... Do I like lemon pound cakes? Yes. All I had to do was threaten him with leaving, and then he was like, I'm going to learn how to play the position. Diogo Souza just got an offer from PAOK Thessaloniki. No offers for Hashemi, Noonan, or Pong Feng. Right. All right, the amount of money people seem willing to offer for Majida Shemi is way below his projected value, which isn't great. They're like bargain hunting right now with those offers. I'm going to give the intermediaries 30 days to find a Majida Shemi deal. No offers for Pong Feng. There is plenty of loan interest for the 20-year-old Chinese fullback. I don't think we need to do anything crazy with this right now. I think we can just loan out Pong Feng for another year, and then next year is when we really have to sell him. because I don't want to give Pong Feng a second contract. The whole plan was we have the money to sign this guy and then move him on after a couple of years. That's the whole plan. Ty Noonan is also under contract for a little bit longer. This guy just played in the second Bundesliga of last year, played well-ish. See if we can get a better loan for him. If we're not going to be able to get, like, the nice transfer, let me try, like, 35. Like, do an offer out at a value. And Majida Shimi, I will also offer out at a value. I'm offering him out for 60. We're not trying to get the full 76. I'm aware that's a little high, but we want, like, really big, good money. The problem is his playing time expectation and his contract dictate that he really, like, needs to be there. All right, we've completed the sale of Jacob Malik. This is a heavily influenced contract on whether he actually ever plays for Lugano. But we get like a couple 100,000 up front, and then if he ever plays 20 games for Lugano, we end up getting like over 800,000. So, sorry, Jacob, you just never really had a spot in the team. Vitboy scored a hat trick on these poor guys. All right, let's see if my players become happy now, chat. Maybe a loan to buy, maybe. We've moved Malik out, so we need to update our list. Let me get my notepad. We need to update this with guys that have been sold. So we've sold Hey Toomey, Olmedo, Mazibuko. So Hey Toomey's out. Well, hold on. Atkinson Miro's been sold. Mazibuko's been sold. Olmedo's been sold. Still have a lot of goals of guys that we would probably want to move on. Colin Amani hasn't actually left yet. Okay, Mayans and Olmedo have been sold. Get them out of here. None of those guys have been moved. Actually, Nico Curbelo has been moved. We sold Nico Curbelo. All right, hey, Toomey's been moved, so now we're looking at Sam Bassar and Pong Feng. Ifeanyi Samuel on the B team. Atkinson Miro's been moved. Mazibuko is now a lone player, but he's still a part of the depth chart. I haven't sold Christian Para. We reoffered Revert. We found a really good deal for Abdullahi, if I remember right, and we did sell him. Is that... What happened to that? Yeah, I mean, we literally sold him for 2.5 million. I don't, it's just not showing up in the transfer history, but whatever. Extended him, kept those guys together. Marcos Perez, okay. Abbott we're working on. Talalawa we sold. We got Talalawa out of there. Sutsikas, Adrian, I think we loaned him. Diatre, David Corral, Jesus Montez. We're trying to sell Majida Shemi. We've ended up in a forced situation on Majida Shemi. Mokete's gone. We've sold Jacob Malik as well. We're making some moves. Now we have added some guys, obviously. Ruben Gerardo. And at striker, we have added... I forgot his name. What's his name? I can mortgage the installments. For what? Oh, I can just take those installments. Yeah. I'll take that. We get an extra 47,000 instead of the 52,000 we get over the next couple of years. That 47,000 is worth a lot more to me now than the extra 5,000 will be worth to me over the next 2 years. So I'll mortgage the installments, not the clauses. We'll take the 47,000. Yep. Okay, what was his name? The chosen one, the boy we just signed, Yuri Urbanic. We have Yuri Urbanic, Pargueñas, Ty Noonan, Chile Shing, who we're working on the sale of. Okay. A lot of guys that we're going to struggle to move, or we're going to have to use intermediaries to try to move. All right, the transfer deal doesn't make sense here. So we're going to work on a loan for Francis Abubakar and try to get him a nice loan, cushy loan spot. All right, Brendan Abbott, we are working the transfer. Christian Para, come on, man. Come on, man. Nobody's making an offer for Para? What a great guy he is, you know? You guys are looking at, you guys, you don't have the vision. I want $4 million for Christian Para. Just making sure we already have an intermediary going for Bobby Markovsky. The intermediaries are literally like, look, man, look, nobody wants him, okay? Nobody wants this guy. Bushy, thank you for the prime. Literally nobody wants him. Up to Melilla STCR, thank you for the 2 months, man. Big Brain, thank you for the 4 months as well. Little Z in Wales. As a Habs fan, this Tampa versus Montreal series is going to be the greatest. Like, I'm just glad we're finally not playing the Maple Leafs or the freaking Panthers, dude. I'm glad there's a little variety in my life, Jeremy. I'm glad there's a little variety in my life. Wow, great meeting. Revealing meeting. Feel like I learned a lot in there. With Bobby Markovsky, who want me 100% no vibe there. What's the intermediary situation? What's the agent situation? We'll offer out for a Dijong Ekpo. Nikos Kourinsis. We're just going to keep asking these agents, dude. We're just going to keep asking these agents and offering out Nikos Kourinsis to wait for that offer. Panagiotis Soutsikas, I think we've already sent out the intermediaries to find something. We'll offer him out. Just waiting for that transfer interest. All right, Alejandro's got transfer interest, which is great. It's not good transfer interest, but we'll get him offered out again. And Jonas Fjartoft. Well, the right back that we really wanted is no longer available to us. So, all right. Illich. Championship. All right, we got 2 La Ligas, 3. Osasuna, Mallorca, Valladolid. That's where he needs to play. All right. Osasuna, squad player. Valladolid said regular starter. Boom. All unresponded offers. Get out of here. We need Jovica Illich to go play at Real Valladolid. They're going to pay 70% of his wage. Ian Barca. Hold on, I got to go look at the email. Sorry. It's 3 third division teams. Leganes, that's definitely it. Leganes are willing to give a second division regular starter amount of playing time to my nephew Ian Barca. And Daniels also received an offer, and we got no offers for Abbott. What's his transfer interest situation? Reluctant to make an offer while the asking price is so high, while Oxford United's trying to generate the funds to be able to go after Brendan Abbott. Okay, we don't have any, we don't see any opportunities here right now. What if I gave you a $4.5 million offer out? Direct, to the point. We signed this kid for free. We're just trying to turn him into money right now. We're just trying to turn him into money. Please. Did we sign the Spanish winger playing in Greece? Yes, Ruben Gerardo put the pen to paper. He has signed the contract. He is in. I know about the target when offering people out. All right, this is a really good signing. This feels like thievery. This guy's got incredible potential. He just turned 20 years old. Goalkeepers develop until they're like 27. We'll be able to bring him through slowly, right? But he has incredible potential. His wage demands are low. He has a low opinion of himself, but he's spirited, which is a good personality, unflappable, which is a great indicator of professionalism. If that potential is there, he will continue to grow into it. It's a great pickup for us. This is the quintessential signing where you're like, we end up selling that guy for $15 million, and it's like, well, where did he come from? So we just found him in Mexico. Just found him there. We can do some Spain loans if he doesn't fit into the B team picture as one of the foreign players in the B team. But Madu Murcia can welcome him in, and yeah, he'll be around the first team for the preseason in the early season. We got 19 punching tendency. Hey, look, man. I ain't judging. All right, Pong Fing got some loan offers. Oh, Real Valladolid. Dude, Real Valladolid just got promoted, and they're like, hey, what if we just signed all of these guys? So regular starter at Real Valladolid, except Real Valladolid must be terrible. I'm going to loan them players. That's La Liga playing time for Pong Feng. He's going to be a Chinese national team player playing in La Liga this season. Oh, the value. Now offers for Majid Hashemi. Club Brugge are willing to pay $11 million. Ty Noonan also failed to attract offers. So we signed Majid Hashemi for $2.9 million for Persepolis. He's played 2 years where he struggled to play a lot of matches. And so we feel like it is time for us to move on. We're just going to keep hammering it. We're going to find a team that wants Majid Hashemi. Valencia are only willing to pay about $13.5 million for Jonas Fjartoft. Okay. We need to set up our following moves here. We need to set up our follow-up moves. We move Fjartoft. We have 1.5 right backs. Who do we immediately try to target to fill that spot? Siegfried Mowinckel, the 17-year-old Norwegian at Brann. Carlos Perez, the 19-year-old right wing back from Mexico who would require 2 years before he's EU. Hussein El Fatil, who's very non-EU. Solomon Vasquez, he is EU. He is. He's Dominican. Ha! Nice. He sucks, though. Probably should have looked into that before I got all excited about that. We could bring in Marvin Schlotterbeck for $5 to $7 million to fill the spot of Jonas Fjartoft. Let me go look at the Wonder Kid list. All right, Wonder Kid list. We want that. Apply. Are there any Wonder Kids that fit that bill? There's Ronaldinho Higuaita, right? But he's Colombian. He would take a little time. Albanian Altin Almuca. I love this guy. I love Altin Almuca. Oh, but he turns 20 tomorrow. He's fool's gold. He's not 19, he's 20. Great defender, moves well, great brain. He's not a good finisher. You just tell him to shoot less. 17 to 21 million is a little tough. I think we might want to ring that one up as some transfer debt to bring him in. If we wanted to go that direction. They'd basically be swapping Fyartov for Altin Almuka. Higuaita's not really a great option. Nathan Afori, I believe, is non-EU and too expensive. And then there's guys like Douglas Nunes playing for Sunderland, who's a class player. Yeah, I think Altin Almuka. I mean, he was interested in him. AZ and PSV are sniffing around Altin Almuka. Yeah, I think if I can get like 15 million for Fyartov, I would love to do that. Where is Jonas Fyartov? We have 2 more payments of 1.43 million to Rosenberg for Jonas Fyartov's purchase. It's fine, man. Our transfer debt's actually very under control. It's under 10 million right now, which is great transfer debt for us. I plan on thoroughly ruining that later. All right, so Altin Almuka will be the guy we want to go after. So where are you, Fyartov? We're closing in on what I think would be the value that people would be willing to pay, and then we can get him off the team. All right, so these guys are going to stay mad after our freaking trip, right? Come on, pay me. Come on, something for Abbott, something.
I used to play the triangle in a reggae band, but it was just one thing after another.
Hey, Abbott, can you find another club? I'm okay with that. Okay, cool. B- on that dad joke, Yahoshua. Thank you for the 48 months. Congrats on your 4 years, dude. We did not get the 17-year-old right back. Also, I'm going to miss this guy. This is just financially, it's a great deal for us. But he was a good goalkeeper, chat. He was a good goalkeeper. He deserves to be sent off as such. This guy was a good goalkeeper. He played well. He played well for us for a long time. When, you know, maybe we put him in a position, right, where perhaps he wasn't supposed to succeed. He came straight from the Nigerian top league for $500,000 and became a regular starter in La Liga for 2 years. And has turned into a $16 million player as we continue to just stack money from moving our players on. To leave her, Johnny, leave her.
Did you hear about the circus
oh,
fire?
Leave her,
It was
Johnny,
intense.
leave her. But it's time for us to leave her. Yeah, we got a great deal. Shabab Al-Ali's paying $16 million for their new goalkeeper. And we're taking that, but God, what a player. You know, what a player Colin Amani ended up being. After a run of bad goalkeepers that we had for a long time, he wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. He wasn't bad. After so many bad goalkeepers, he just wasn't bad. And we can appreciate that. We can appreciate that. Colonel Poo Poo, thank you for the 14 months. Did you hear about the circus? Did you hear about the circus fire? It was intense. Intense. Jean-Luc Dernhofer's getting an offer. How much are they willing to pay? $4 million, please. 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 All right, Colin Imani is gone. And we're definitely looking at a sale of Adijong Ekbo. Better now. It's all better now. Poo Poo, thank you for the 5 gifted subs, dude. Thank you for making 5 people's days. Supporting the stream with kindness. If you got gifted a sub, be sure to say thank you and enjoy your lack of ads for an entire month. If you don't say thank you, you're banned. I don't make the rules. That's just how it works. If you don't say thank you, you're banned. So you probably should. He wasn't bad. It's the highest praise for a Melilla goalkeeper. Seriously. All right, we got 87 players on our scouting list. It's actually not that bad. Who is this guy? Plays. Oh my! Look at his wage. Look at his wage. He's making $10 million a year. Goodness gracious, man! What do you want me to do with that? No, I know I never did the staff. I'm just putting it off. Jamie, thank you for the 41 months. We already have a really good staff. Nobody left, so we don't have any holes outside. I think we have 1 hole for a scout. Whitegates, thank you for the 6 months in advance and the 29 months. Oh, yeah, Whitegates. DeRosa isn't bad for a B team project. Yeah, but he's not valued like a B team project signing. He's going to go on to the keep a keen eye list. Masi Pishek. Yeah, no. Leonardo Benny. No. The guy is not nearly as good as everybody seems to think that he is. Gianpaolo Veronese. Ooh, Ulvent. Welcome to the Hammers. Enjoy being part of an elite online gaming community. Do. They just had 4 penalty taking. He does fit right into our team. That's a very good point. Fits right in. Hossam Ahmed has been listed for loan. Sebastian Diaz has been listed for loan. We will not keep him on any list. Tommy Jones. No. I do not want to ever be notified about him again. Ali Kamara. I do not want to be notified about him ever again. Omar Guardiola. Leganes have bid $1.2 million. Why is this guy so cheap? I feel like he should be more expensive. Narcisse Real, 19 years old. Not very good right now, valued at $10 million, so really not interested in that guy. Juan Antonio Jimenez, I have on the Wonder Kid list. Absolutely not. Juan Camilo Martinez of Osasuna. He's 21 years old. He is on the Wonder Kid list, deservedly. Kazuki Mizuno, 19-year-old striker at Kyoto. They just need to start putting the balls in the ball machine and firing them at this dude because he has no touch whatsoever. You got to just load the ball machine up and just fire the ball at him. He'll figure it out eventually. Roberto Damaro. You're not good. You're not a good player. Emir Dimitri. Fiorentina loves an Albanian. They got 17 caps for Albania here. Okay. Albania needs some better players. That's what I'm gathering. This dude just doesn't have the work rate to be who he needs to be, or the touch. Miguel. Louis Ducky, welcome to an elite online gaming community. Enjoy the bacon, enjoy the emotes, enjoy the lack of ads, good sir. Just rubbing salt in the wound, I know. As if I hadn't already tortured myself over Miguel enough, I am faced with a player named Miguel. Loan list notification for Bruno Marquez. No. Josep Pablo and Tengo.
My girlfriend is leaving me because she says I'm addicted to fantasy football. In my defense, I have Van Dijk, Diaz, and Gvardiol.
B plus. B plus. It's not bad. It's not a bad dad joke at all. Joseph McNiven, absolutely not. Jaden Shiny. Philippe Abadier. Danny Russo, 20-year-old Venezuelan keeper at PSG. Already has 12 caps for Venezuela. Yeah, I don't think so. Brian Broby. What's up, man? Only 20 to 30 million to sign you. Nice. Palermo, you got a right back who's saucy. He's not right now, actually. He's quite bad right now, but we will put him on the observation deck, as it were. František Hawley. He's 16 years old. Stefan Novak. Okay, we're getting some of our youth team scouting done. Why does Juventus have a youth team England guy? Mark Robinson. What's your story, man? Parents' vacation gone wrong? What happened? Sea Leopard, thank you for the 25 months. That was good. I think I said B+, right? It's a quality dad joke. All right, Mark Robinson, who has dual nationality. So this is actually an Englishman that we can totally entertain signing. It's quite good for an 18-year-old as well. Habatamu Hailu of the Czech Republic. Habtamu Hailu at Victoria Pilsen. Resolute. Just not flashing a lot of potential that is encouraging, but he is quite young. We're actually going to give him a chance here. Tim Mulder. Yeah, I don't like these guys that are at PSV because the amount of money you'd have to pay to actually get them is kind of ridiculous. That guy can go on the Wonder Kid list. Perikles Kaznakidis. Dude has 2 appearances for frickin' Greece! He has 3 jumping reach, which means he can only play conceivably as a defensive midfielder. Kehide Nwachukwu. It's only 18. Great leader, great teamwork, great work rate. This guy's a great influence. Kehinde Nwachukwu. I'll put him on the yes list. All right, we're going to keep our eyes peeled on that guy. Fode Samake. New suggestion. Good suggestion. Jens Brueggemann. 22. I tell you, brother, you are not nearly good enough at 22 years of age to be doing anything. Alejandro Quinteros. Okay, he's better. Not great, not worth the money that they've got on him, but better. Jeremiah Debra, you're on the yes list. Yes, of course. Tony Beskos. Tony Asbestos, 24 years old at OFI on the keep a keen eye list, and he will stay there. Douglas Nunes, where he belongs. Aymar Kayembe. Did anybody learn to put all the tall guys at striker at some point? Like, can we put some of the tall guys on defense, please? At some point, can we just put the tall guys on defense? We got all the tall guys at forward. Stanislav Pilik, 18-year-old. God, if it was like 3 million instead of 7, I would totally do it and let this guy grow. But 7, I'm afraid we wouldn't be able to get it back if his development goes wrong. So it's a little expensive for me now. Junior Taram, hope you're well. Don't ever want to see you in my scouting report again. We've already had you and sold you. Hey, Dobarukru, thank you for continuing your gifted sub. And Nikki, congrats on the 69 months. Well, we're getting Stacy'd a little bit, it looks like. Or we dropped a few frames with me trying to cut to my face. It's kind of funny. Hold on. Yeah, it looks like it's okay. We're just dropping 2% of frames due to rendering lag. Now, this isn't my supercomputer. My streaming computer is actually quite old, which has obviously been what's causing the problems there. That's all right. It's not like a super visually noticeable thing, but it's weird. I had the same settings yesterday, and we didn't drop anything for that. It's trying to render your forehead. I mean, it is a lot of pixels. That is a lot of pixels. Ciro Benitez, no. Josh Moore, Manchester United loan list, no. Richard Vick. I mean, that's a yes. We found a 16-year-old that very much looks like he's going to be a world-class center back, which is kind of what we do. He's about to turn 17, but we're so good at identifying these young world-class center backs. So he's ambitious as well. I don't think his value is going to go up that much at Valerenga. I think we want to let him prove his development and prove his potential a little bit more before we come parasailing in to sign him. But he's got a chance. You know, most guys don't have a chance. He has a chance. What happened to the last 15? I was fighting a demon. You good? Bro, you good? Petar Paunovic of Serbia. Serbia's national team left back who looks like an absolute dog, valued at 70 to 90 million, playing at Sunderland. I can't wait to be shipping high-value players to the Premier League. That's where I want to be. Jeez. Okay, Tom Bianco. No. Alain Gogny. Dylan Mbassa. Alvaro Martinez. It's good. Get a lot of loan list notifications for guys that just aren't good enough for us to be considering anymore. Aaron Stark. Al Stark is not dead as long as that man is still alive. As long as that man is still alive. Boo doo 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 doo. All right, Castillo. Craig Castillo. I just don't think this guy's that good. I mean, he's got some pace and stuff, and he plays for the U.S. I don't think Craig Castillo's any good, worth me looking at. Why does Bolivia have good players? Where are these Bolivians coming from? Does Portugal have the same law? Where, like, if he's there for 2 years, he gets citizenship in Portugal after 2 years if he's Bolivian? No? What is it, 3 years? What's the citizenship for South Americans in Portugal? Five? Ah. All right. I was just fiddling with something. Hold on. Bessie Runolfsson. Actually, really not that bad of a player. Technique's a little low. Passing ability's a little low, but his value, I mean, he plays for Valor Reykjavik. Like, his value is nice, and his mentality is nice. You know, I might just take a swing on this guy and have him play with the B team for a couple of years and see what the hell happens. There's a lot to like here. I think I'm going to structure this deal. All right. Let's try that again. Thank you. I'll pay him $100,000 and $400,000 if he plays 50 games. Fine. 20. If he plays 20 first team games, I'll pay you $300,000. I'll pay you $150,000 up front because I think there's a player in Bessie Runolfsson. If we give him a chance, I think there's a player. Absolutely not. I don't have to do this, man. I'm sorry. You're not gonna bully me like that right now. No. Sorry, Valor Reykjavik. You've overstepped your bounds. Absolutely not. I'm sorry to Valor Reykjavik, but you've totally... No. I refuse to be bullied like that. Absolutely not. Just not going to happen. Thanks for playing. All this for a single cow. Yeah, they don't know it. They don't know that all they have is a single cow right now. They're lost and confused. Oscar Gistau. Didn't I look at this guy before and like, oh, his contract's running out? Victor Ozyavuna. I know he doesn't enjoy big matches, but What are you going to do? All right, we're getting our end of contract, guys, from our report. Christoph Baumgartner doesn't have a team. Really? Well, Christoph Baumgartner's got the sauce and like an unbelievable amount of experience. Oh, look who it is. If it isn't Miguel, who they haven't managed to develop at all and are trying to loan out again. Well. Look who's wishing they didn't spend $80,000 now. Took those guys for a ride. Spent 8. Oh, there it is. Didn't get the notification for a second. Now I got it. Yeah, stream's back. I don't know what's happening here, but it's not good. Too much forehead to render, dude. You know it. No, we're back though. We are indeed back. Still stuttering. It doesn't say it's that bad. It says it's 3%, which is normally like totally fine, but I have to reduce my forehead in order to create a more productive
Hello,
stream.
Big Zed, hope you are healthy. Much love.
I might need to. That might need to be something that we do. Do you know any good forehead reduction surgeons? Does anybody else know any good forehead reduction surgeons? Fyartov now doesn't want to leave? What does that mean? I'm so confused. He just dropped his contract issue. Look, okay. I like to think of myself as some sort of something of an emotional expert. He heard what you said about Miguel and decided to stay? That's possible. It's definitely possible. What's the transfer that I'm confirming? Oh, Baumgartner's trial. Oh, okay. It's like, you're confirming a transfer. What do you want to do? Baumgartner's trial. Did we get a new goalkeeper? No, we just have Ruben Sosa. Barca's set to go on trial with Leganes. That is a great trial for him. He's going to go play in the second division, which is an upgrade in the level that Ian Barca is playing at, which we are very, very happy with. So Ian Barca is headed out on loan. We have, however, come out of our stupid training camp, and unfortunately, out of our training camp, there is nothing happening for us. Monaco have made the... Okay, a lot of people are going in on Jan-Luca Dornerfer. $19 million, which we have the money to actually try that. If we wanted to throw our hat in the ring for Jan-Luca Dornerfer. No offers for Majid Hashimi. Well, now I'm just starting to feel like the value was a lie. It shouldn't be. He should be commanding, I would say, 45. The guy's a goal machine when his legs are underneath him. He's a goal machine. We'll try the 45. I'm not really comfortable going much lower than that. Barca is not my son, no. He's not my son in the game. I wish. I've still never had a son in the game, but alas, no. His wage demands are now too high. Jonas Fjartoft. All right, we're going to leave. Actually, let's just work I think if we want to stay at that level, we'll explore offers for 2 weeks at 17 million. I think there are deals there that we should be able to find, and we'll just let him explore those. Augsburg selling Kevin Bremer. I don't want to loan him, man. I don't want to loan Joseph and Kruma. That doesn't do anything for me. He's in the final year of his contract, all right? We've already contracted the intermediaries, correct? We have. We just want to find a deal for Joseph and Kruma. Someone somewhere that wants to spend real money on Joseph and Kruma. All right, and then Kenneth Gonzalez is getting offers to Costa Rican top league teams that want Kenny. He's a hell of a player. I think he's a criminally undervalued player that we've had in our system for a couple of years that we played with our B team last year. Hold on, let me check. Yeah, he's going to get Spanish nationality sooner rather than later. So there's that. So we can find a Spain loan spot for him. I think he's a great guy that will be like a star for our B team next year, but he still counts as foreign right now. So we'll send him off. But these are a no. These, absolutely not. And Daniel's staying with the B team. I just never got around to actually rejecting that. Hold on. Wait. So we're still waiting on the sale of Chile Xing. What is the holdup here? What is the holdup, Cheat? That should be really good money for us. I'm counting on it. I'm counting on great money for us. They're looking at maybe 3.1 for Abbott. I'm going to go ahead and say no. I want to do a 2-week offer out at $4 million. I think we got a chance to get a Brendan Abbott sale for $4 million. They're not that far away from it. I think the sale of Brendan Abbott is right on the table. There it is. And here I was getting nervous. So we lost to Bristol City at home. Oops. All right, what about, how do I motivate Majida Shimmy to leave? How do we get Majida Shimmy to leave? We got to lower his playing time, right? Because he's still listed as a star player. So he's not really interested in any move at this point. Pong Fing got his loan to Real Valladolid, so that means Pong Fing is playing La Liga ball this year, which is just a huge deal. And Chile Xing, this is $7.25 million and percent profit of next sale, and we might be able to mortgage the clauses as well to get the majority of that money. Let's see if they give us the option. Yeah, we can. We can get $900,000 up front instead of the $1 million, so I'm just going to go ahead and take that. I appreciate it's not a popular decision, but I mean, he's non-EU, man. He's non-EU. What's happening with the janitor? He is still with us right now. He is still with us. Installments have been mortgaged for an extra $900,000, which means we are sitting on a transfer budget of $46 million. We're able to shift some into our payroll budget. But we do, for the very first time ever, have to start paying attention to the payroll budget limit that we have counted. And here's the janitor, Joel Rojas, who is right now a part of the team. He is right now considered a part of the team. He will have the right nationality in 11 days. He will be Spanish nationality in 11 days. All right, Tingus Pingus Park. We can go minimum, maximum, standard, or long. I want wide. I want width. The width gives us more chance to overwhelm people in the wide areas. So I think I'm going to go maximum. And that'll give us the width that we want. Okay. That's what we want, though. Mikalenko might be on the move. Okay, Kenny Patrick. When's his contract up? I suppose we can ride alone for one more season, or we can just use him on the B team again. But I've given up hope that Kenny Patrick is actually going to be any good. I've given up hope. Who's this? Bashaksha here? Hey, you have money. Come here! Come on, man! All right, Dunkirk wants him. They're willing to negotiate, though. $700,000 for Kenny Patrick, who I believe we signed for free and just tried to develop over the last couple of years, and we never saw any good development. Struggled to make an impact with the B team last season. $700,000 to USL Dunkirk looks good to me. Looks good to me. We're effing? Yeah, chat. I think I've been given a few options for new computers, and we're gonna kind of act on that next week. I tried to turn the settings back to normal today, and that obviously caused a problem. So I think until we get the new computer, I now know what settings I need. I've found what settings this computer can still run. But we've obviously gone past that. Daniel Mallon scored again. Love me some Daniel Mallon. You know what is going down today is the freaking Wolves game, dude. Hell yeah, man. I believe in the Wolves comeback. They gotta win this game, though. They have to beat West Ham, and the Wolves comeback is on. But of course, if West Ham wins, then that means Tottenham's on the hot seat on Sunday, which would also be really funny. It'd be what it is, yeah. Now, the streaming computer I have had for a really long time. I was going to say 6 or 7 years, and I was going to say it on accident, and I've realized now how often I accidentally say those two numbers back to back with each other. It is an epidemic in my own mind. Horrible time for a PC upgrade. Oh my goodness, Leganes made an Abbott offer. Oh, we might have just gotten the offer that we were working really hard for. Damn, somebody's actually made an offer for a guy that we were trying to sneak. Matthew Parnas is now under a bid from 50 different teams. Okay. We're not going to be able to find a deal that we like with Parnas. Daniel, we do not want to loan him. We want him to play with the B team, so we're going to go ahead and reject those offers. We also want to reject these loan offers with Swansea and Blackburn for Joel Rojas. It'd be really funny if I took that and he didn't get nationality, by 5 days or something. That'd be really tragic. Don't be locked. Thanks. All right. What about 4? What about 3.5? And then they say yes. It's a burden. This much knowledge is a burden. It is. I don't know how we do it. Somehow I manage, right? Brendan Abbott, who we signed for free and then loaned out to Huesca, and then to Granada. We will then sell on for $3.5 million after. I would say he really failed to take advantage of his La Liga loan last season to be something else, right? But that's still a good deal. I don't know of any clubs that would consider it a viable deal to sign Joseph Nkrumah. 30,000. Somebody in the Ghanaian league doesn't want Nkrumah. I've already told him that he's leaving and he wants to leave. We can't figure this out. Portsmouth have offered for Jovica Illich. No, he's got a good loan offer already. Can we stop this? Hey, Marko Orlovic is getting a good transfer offer. Just give me $1 million up here, and then we'll get rid of this and this, and we'll keep those. Free guy we signed from Canada to Panathinaikos for $1 million, $130,000 when he plays one more game for Canada and 30% profit. We're kind of cooking with these sales right now. We were very proactive. We were very early with like who we wanted to move. And I think it's been a huge help. I think it's been a really huge help. Realizing Daniel's on the loan list, so we just got to go ahead and remove him from that. We're feeding, man. We're feeding everybody. Recruitment advice, contract renewals, player change and registration status. Yuri Urbanik. Yeah, well, obviously he's going to be registered, bro. I mean, come on. What do you think I'm doing here, man? What game do you think I'm playing? Obviously. Poor Rojas. No. Rojas is around the first team right now. He's agreed to a deal to leave and join freaking Real Valladolid. They're basically covering his wage, which is nice. And he gets to play top flight ball, which he should have been playing last year. Jovica Illich. Should have been playing top flight ball last year. You are playing top flight ball this year, and you should be fine. Ridiculous. Deadline day, Dave. Peter, in the summer, it's normal. In the winter is when it gets weird here. Liakos, Oeki, Schouten. Personality change. Alejandro is improved from the general character. Okay, there's 4 teams. 4 teams in Ghana that are looking at a non-negotiable loan offer. No. Berickham, Chelsea. Are they all non-negotiable? Are they all like, I can't even go and look at a transfer? All right. We'll save money on Nkrumah's wage, at least. Loan him out to Ghana. He's no longer somebody that we feel like has any chance to develop towards the first team, so we're just going to send him to the Ghanaian league. I banish thee! All right. All right, more teams are getting interested in Fjärtoft at this asking price. Watch this space, he says. Watch this space. Orlovic is moving. Gutierrez, we're going to take him off the loan list here. You're staying. All right, Abbott's got his offer. Christian Para. I just don't believe that's the best we can do. I think same with Abbott. I think if I'm a little patient and we just go with maybe a 2-week offer out at $4 million for Christian Parra, I think we're going to find a deal there. I think there is a deal there. I think it's a matter of time. Panagiotis Soutsikas. Maybe if we offer him out way below his value, somebody will be like, wait a second, there's a bargain. No way. A bargain. B team is in the second division, yeah. So limited. 2 things. It has to be at least 91,000 to play, and only 2 foreign players are allowed to play on that team. Like non-EU players according to the rules of the game. Bobby Markovsky was the dumbest signing I've made at this team. I could have told you I was going to end up in this exact situation with Bobby Markovsky, where he's just on my team, getting paid $40,000 a year to do nothing. $94,000 a year to do nothing. Just staring back at me with his damn unibrow like, I didn't do it. Audio desync? Yeah, okay. Now we're, all right. Hopefully you guys can hear me. Hopefully you can hear me. If you can hear me, there's an audio desync, but you can still hear me. The stream is currently in a death spiral. I don't necessarily know what's it, but I've been tracking it in terms of the frames that are being dropped on encoding. You can hear me. I know it doesn't match with my face. I'll cover my face. So the drop frame from render going up constantly. Basically, after we had all of those issues on Wednesday and like last week with the watch-alongs, I decided to strip everything back on really low settings yesterday, and